Welcome to Paint Defects in this Napa paint and body training module. Fisheyes are a very common paint defect. Causes are contamination with silicone, wax, or grease on the item you're trying to paint. Repairs are: remove the wet paint, clean, and refinish. Add fisheye eliminator to clear coat and apply to affected area. If in base coat, apply light coats over area or let dry and sand area smooth and refinish. To prevent fisheyes from occurring, thoroughly clean surface with recommended cleaner. Install an air filtering system that removes and prevents oil and moisture. Maintain air supply by draining, cleaning, and changing filter on routine basis. Here is another example of fisheyes. Notice how they leave little craters in the base coat or clear coat. Proper cleaning and clean air can prevent this from occurring. Another common paint defect is solvent popping. This happens when solvents become trapped when the surface layer skins over too quickly and prevents evaporation. Solvents will then push through, leaving tiny bubbles, pinholes, or craters. To repair this, you will need to allow the product to fully cure, then sand smooth and refinish. To prevent solvent popping, you can use the correct reducer or thinner based on temperature, humidity, air movement, and repair size. Allow proper flash time between coats. Avoid piling on too much material at one time. Here is a visual of how solvent popping occurs. On the right side, you see solvent vapors within the paint film bursting through the surface. This can be mistaken for fisheyes or vice versa. Another common paint defect is edge mapping. Cause for this is when solvent from new top coat penetrates a solvent-sensitive substrate, causing lifting or wrinkling that outlines a feather edge. To repair this, you can sand smooth or remove the affected area, then refinish. Or apply waterborne primer and refinish. To prevent edge mapping, you can test the questionable area with lacquer thinner. Susceptible finishes will soften, wrinkle, or shrivel. Use acrylic urethane primer or waterborne primer. Use 400 or finer grit when sanding. Avoid sanding through insoluble topcoat color or clear. Here is another example of edge mapping. This can also occur when trying to apply paint directly over body filler without any primer. Lifting, also known as wrinkling, shriveling, raising, is a paint defect when solvents in newly applied product attack the previous finish. Repairs for this are: remove lifted area and refinish. Sand smooth and apply multiple light coats until covered. Use waterborne primer. To prevent lifting from happening, test area with lacquer thinner to see if it reacts. Allow full cure times before recoating or repairing. Avoid applying excessively wet coats. Allowing proper flash. Use waterborne undercoats for extremely sensitive finishes. All these paint defects can be avoided by following the standard operating procedures and following technical data sheets for details on the products being used.